Hey guys, thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to look at the 20-week moving average as well as golden crosses and death crosses. If you guys like this content, please subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on and like the video, and check out the Telegram and Discord channel in the description below. So what we're going to look at here is just, we're going to look at general momentum shifts in the market, and how we can use these moving averages to help gauge when the market is shifting. So if you scroll back through the history of Bitcoin, there's a number of times where the 50-day will cross the 200-day, and when the 50-day is below the 200-day and then crosses above it, it's known as a golden cross, and when it's above it and crosses below it, it's a death cross. And generally these are used for looking at longer term moves in a market. For instance, over here we had our first death cross, and we continued to see price depreciation for quite a while at that time, considering the relative or how relatively new Bitcoin was. It was in this downtrend for several months, and you can see this golden cross that occurred right here. And if you fast forward throughout the history of Bitcoin, you'll see all sorts of times where this happened. And in fact, here you can see a golden cross that occurred in January or February of 2012, and then with that golden cross came this pretty impressive bull run. And as we continue to move through time, you can see there was a death cross right here. I should say there was a death cross over here back in April of 2014, and then we had a golden cross in July of 2015. But this was actually more of a fake out than anything, because you can see, despite the fact that we had this golden cross, it was more or less just an accumulation period. So this was just kind of like an oscillation in this period, as opposed to it really signifying a powerful momentum shift. And this breakout here is ultimately what led to a significant shift in the market, because it also actually corresponded with holding the 20-week moving average, which I'll show in a little bit. So it corresponded with holding the 20-week moving average, and we also had our golden cross. So those are definitely two things that we need to really kick off the bull run. But after the second golden cross, we were off to the races, and Bitcoin went on another impressive run. Now, coming to this last market cycle, you can see we had our death cross over here. So if you're not already out of the market by this point, this is a pretty telltale sign you should be getting out of the market. At least for the long haul. I mean, obviously there are some short-term moves that you could still theoretically profit on, but in general the market is heading to lower lows, and you can see that it did that. So all three market cycles, every time we had a death cross following a mania phase, we were then subsequently left with a significant period of time with lower lows. Now again, in the current market cycle, we had a golden cross, just like we did in the last one, and then we had a death cross. But of course, they do look somewhat different. I mean, the price appreciation in the last one following the golden cross was not really that significant. Whereas in this one, Bitcoin went on a really nice run from around, say, $4,000 around this time, all the way up to $14,000 or so. So it's quite a big difference than this one over here. I mean, this one was more of an accumulation period, and this was a huge breakout in the price. And I did publish a video a while ago that averaged out this valley with this peak. And interestingly enough, you basically just get a kind of like a straight line through here. I mean, it kind of zigzags some, but it does just kind of go through this region right here. So with that said, where does that leave us today? So we had our death cross not that long ago. So it was in October of 2019, and now we are starting to wonder when our golden cross is going to occur. And obviously, if this were to happen, then I imagine there will be some other coins that follow suit. So if we zoom in, you can see that we've most recently had this a shift here in the 50-day moving average. It's starting to move up thanks to this price movement here. But you can see that this 200-day moving average is essentially at around $9,000, which we really are hoping we can break above. This is providing some resistance at the time. If we can break above it and continue to move on up, then we will likely see another golden cross. Now, we wanna like think about this in terms of what do we need to see in order to really have a bull market? So besides just seeing a golden cross, which we do not have yet, we also need to see this 20-week moving average hold as support. So again, I've showed before how the 20-week moving average is held as support during a bull run. And during a bear run, it's not held as support. In fact, it's often held as resistance. You can see its resistance over here, and it held nice resistance back in this last bear market as well. And the minute we crossed above this 20-week back in earlier 2019 on April 1st or so, you can see that was what ultimately led to this significant price appreciation over the next several months. Now, we came down to the 20-week moving average, just like we came down to it over here, or I should say over here after we had our first golden cross, but we fell below it. And again, in this market cycle, we fell below it. We were not able to hold it as support. Now, we've recently popped back above the 20-week moving average. So remember, in order for us to have a fundamental shift in the market, there's at least two prerequisites. I mean, that doesn't mean that these automatically mean that Bitcoin's going to say six figures. It just means we have to have these at least to see any type of real shift in the market. Otherwise, this could just be a fake out. So we need to see the 20-week moving average holding as support, and we need to see a golden cross. So currently, we are above the 20-week moving average, just like we were back over here. And we are wondering if Bitcoin is going to hold this level as support. Now, in the last market cycle, when we held it as support, we confirmed it over the course of several months. I mean, we're talking 3 or 4 months where we were holding this 20-week moving average as support before we really bounced off of it. So it's possible that we might see something similar. I should note, however, though, that there is some difference in the market structure because of how explosive this price growth was here. The 20-week moving average is actually decreasing at the present time, whereas over here it was increasing. So to stay with the 20-week, price had to continue to increase. But right now, price could actually decrease even down to around $8,300 or so, and still be above the 20-week moving average. So what we're going to be looking for is to continue to stay above the 20-week moving average again, and not just, if you see it go below the 20-week on, say, the daily time frame, it still could be okay. We want to look at these weekly candles, and we want to print several weekly candles above the 20-week moving average before we would really start to see a shift in the market. Now it's possible that we don't hold it. Over here, the minute we dropped below the 20-week, we really dropped down. I mean, we dropped down from 10,000 all the way down to 7,600 at the bottom of that wick or so, 7,700. So it was a significant drop. Now, again, if we were to drop below the 20-week, I would also expect a significant drop again. So this is a key area to look out for. I like to publish videos daily, but I also publish videos on other coins and other types of indicators. A lot of them are just custom ones that I make, so I'm not going to be posting stuff about the 20-week every other day. But just know that if you are watching the markets and you're trying to get an idea as to what is the market saying, where is the momentum headed, look for the 20-week moving average. Now, the nice thing is if you can imagine some level of confluence. Imagine the 20-week moving average were to hold as support for the next 2 months, then we might think that this 50-day moving average might print a golden cross with a 200-day moving average. So if we were to just maybe draw a line here and draw it, say, further out, if let's just say the price continued to increase, and then we drew another line where we came, say, down like this, then maybe we would see a golden cross later, maybe in February, maybe in March. But of course, this is if we continue to hold the 20-week moving average as support. So I would say continue to look out for those two things. If that does happen, if Bitcoin can hold the 20-week moving average as support, and we print a golden cross, then it could set us up for a nice second quarter of the year. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that, and we'll continue to provide updates. So I hope you guys like this video, this content. Obviously, most of my videos focus on different types of indicators, but I do like to just pull up TradingView every once in a while and go through some of the basics, because I do know some people, some of my fans appreciate that. Now, moving into February, I wanted to get everyone's opinion on what they want to see me cover. So I did ask my patrons. I do have a Patreon account, so it's intothecryptoverse.com it's patreon.com/intothecryptoverse, and you can see the perks that you can get by signing up for that. But one of the things that my supporters have really been requesting is for me to cover different coins. So the main coins that I've been covering for the last several months include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Nano, and I have done a couple videos on Cardano and Chainlink as well. Now, clearly I've been focusing on Bitcoin with Ethereum as a second to Bitcoin, and I'm just basically doing that based on their current importance in the cryptocurrency market. But I do want to listen to my community. If you guys like this type of analysis, you guys are watching my channel and you want to see me look at other coins, then I'd be happy to do that. I'll look in this video. I'll first be taking requests from my Patreon channel. But if there are, just to tally up the votes, if there are people that want to, suggest various coins, then feel free to do that in this description of this video down below. So let me know what coins you would like to see analyzed, and I'll try to make videos on ones that I at least approve of in my own sense. I'm not just going to make videos on coins that I think are not worth looking into. But if there's enough interest in coins that I think are worthwhile to cover, then I will try to do that through February. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I'll provide more updates on maybe a tentative schedule for that as we move into February. So I think that'll wrap it up for this video. Again, if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to maybe discuss these ideas, check out the Telegram channel. And I will be running a poll in my Telegram channel, as well as some of the other social media outlets that I use, like Facebook and Reddit and Twitter and Discord and so on and so forth. So if you want to participate in the official polls, in addition to just commenting on the video, then make sure you check out those channels. I think that'll wrap it up for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.